Hey, I'm Anji.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're
Lovespirals.
So welcome to Chillin with Lovespirals number
100!
Can you believe it?
That's weird how we got so close and we stopped podcasting for like a decade. But here we are, we hit 100.
I don't know if it's that long, but yeah. Not only is this the 100th episode, it's also the 20th anniversary of the show.
Wow, I didn't realize that
Yeah.
too. Sweet.
But actually, I double-checked right beforehand. It looks like our first one came out in like June. So we kind of missed our 20th anniversary in June. But, let's celebrate it now on the 100th episode.
Let's celebrate. Everyone.
Here we are.
Get a glass of wine. Cheers to us.
Ding, ding, ding. Party. So the big news.
Got another new song out now.
Of course. Or would we even be doing this episode?
And here we are, like on schedule, about approximately a week or so after its release onto streaming media.
Yeah, so the song is called Without You. Hopefully you've already heard it. It dropped Monday, October 20th on all digital platforms.
The day Amazon Web Services went out, but we can talk about that later.
No, we were going to talk about it. Well, I want to say I thought I was being so clever trying out a different normally
day.
We do it on Friday. There's the whole New Music Friday thing. But I had read somewhere that for indie bands like us, it might be better to stagger it until Monday so that more people have a chance to put you onto a playlist on Spotify or to write you up.
We could be bothered to experiment.
Yeah, so I thought, it'd be cool. It was kind of tough because on Friday I was all anxious, I want to get this up. People are buying old things on Bandcamp, they don't know. But yeah, so my plan was a dud.
Yeah, how are we supposed to know? About an hour or two after it got released, we went to bed, then bam, we woke up, Amazon Web Services down, brought down half the internet, including the streaming services and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, it seemed like it picked back up. It just froze in time for half a day or so. It really took a while.
Yeah, so we've noticed that when you schedule something to come out on a day, you'll see it go live at midnight or 9 or whatever, the night before. So we saw it go live. We saw Without You go live on
Sunday night.
On Sunday night, on Apple, and on Spotify. And I went ahead and pushed it to Bandcamp. And I saw a couple sales come in Sunday night. We went to bed thinking, handled. It's going to be great. We're going to wake up and there's going to be all this stuff. No, the internet was so dead.
So where were you when Amazon Web Services crashed on Monday?
Oh, no. Where were you? Yeah. So the long and short of it is that we didn't get onto any Spotify algorithmic playlists. Yeah. And in fact, it wasn't until today that I finally saw the song getting picked up by the algorithmic playlist.
Oh, wow.
But still, what was great was that, I could see 93% of the people were going directly to our account on Spotify and listening. Yeah. So that means you guys are definitely seeing the posts I'm making on social media. I had done a teaser and people seemed pretty excited about that. And then I did a little video playing 20 seconds of it. And so people were finding out about it directly through us.
It's all behaving normally now. It just got off to a weird start. So even though the chances of us having another Monday release coinciding with Amazon Web Services going down, I think we're going to go back to our Friday thing.
There's just something kind of weird about doing it on Monday.
I agree. Maybe we're setting our ways after doing it for all this time, but let's go back.
I don't know. The hashtag New Music Monday's fine.
I'm cool with going back to Fridays. It just kind of feels right to me, to my gut too.
When do you guys expect to find new music? I would love to know.
We're just going off our guts and vibes here. So give us some data from you.
Totally. We're winging it all. Yeah. So anyways, so the first couple of days we were still able to get 3,000 streams on Spotify, but I saw today we're over 6,000.
Over 6K, I see, yeah.
So I think, everything's starting to work.
Yeah, it's starting to get back, yeah.
Massive update. This Monday, a week after release, we got picked up by the Spotify playlist, and we had an epic amount of streams in one day. So totally stoked, and maybe Monday is a good day to drop. I don't know.
And I see you mentioned we got 13 streams in South Korea.
Yeah. Woo! I saw OK is actually doing really well.
It's in the 40s, right?
It's not 49,000.
In Korea. I mean, in Korea.
Okay.
That's 40 to 50 streams in South Korea.
Yeah, it does.
But it's what you said, 50,000 streams or something?
Yeah, it's 50,000 streams total, and I saw it had about as many streams this week as the new song did. Yeah. So I'm glad that people are still digging OK.
And it's picking up.
I love OK.
Yeah.
You know, I was really worried that, people were not getting the song because I did not hear from Brandon right away.
Oh, yeah. He usually gets back to you pretty quickly, huh?
Yeah.
Like a day or two.
I know. It took him a couple days.
Yeah, 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, but I'll just read part of what he said. He said, I like how even in a warm song expressing lots of love, there's still a lot of talk about fears that feels on brand in both directions after how the last podcast discussion went.
What did we talk about in the last podcast?
I know. I think we were talking about how we had finally written the song that was like, could we get any more negative than nothing even matters anymore?
Yeah, and I hinted. I said our next one will go up a little bit as far as the positivity or less negative vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what the funny thing is, though? What? The song we were talking about in that last podcast isn't even the song that we put out.
Oh, you're right.
It's not even the same song.
You're right. We kind of we had 2 songs we could have pursued. We're doing that other one now, but yeah, we decided to go with Without You first. Somehow the vibes of that were just like we're feeling that pretty strongly right now.
I wanted to ask you because like he had been really into writing this other song so much so that we were talking about in the last podcast, and then all of a sudden I heard him working on the song that became Without You.
Yeah.
Do you remember how that even happened?
Yeah, it's a one of the older songs it had the same kind of story as Boss Mode. It's from a couple years back. There might be 1 or 2 more, but Boss Mode is definitely one of those, and Without You is one of those where we had a good idea, but I don't think we had the skill and the ideas yet to like really just make it work, so I wanted to like pull that one up again. I knew we had some good ideas in Without You, so I did a couple things. I changed the key, I got rid of some parts, added some new parts, and finally it started clicking together. One magic thing was lowering it a half step, and that clicked in with your voice better than the old version, and it allowed me to do some voicings on guitar way easier than it would have been otherwise.
Really?
It all worked out. Because there's a lot of weird chords in this song. It's a lot of jazzy chord extensions, I guess.
I definitely want to talk about that. Like he went off on this whole like journey of exploring all these.
I do that in all my songs. I really turn over ideas and try to figure out what's the best phrasing of a chord.
You were doing all those diminished, half diminished.
That's just one chord.
Yeah, you do all this crazy stuff.
That was in the original.
It was?
The half diminish or the minor 7 flat 5. Same chord, but the half diminish chord. It was in the original one.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was like literally like watching YouTube videos about like music theory and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, we were watching some jazz videos. I've been up in my music
theory knowledge lately. Yeah, researching, reading websites, churning ideas sometimes through like my local LLM.
Oh yeah. That's a whole other thing. Yeah. We went on this whole like building our own AI at home thing.
Yeah.
But so we ended up I think we slowed it down a tad more, too.
I did slow it down a couple BPM.
Yeah, we slowed it down a bit. And then we wrote a whole new section for it that we didn't have before.
Yeah, before it was just the same chords over and over, like on loop. But when we do that, we tend to like add things into the different sections, give the parents of a verse, maybe a pre-chorus, a chorus kind of thing. But this time with all my chord exploration, I came up with the A section chords, which we didn't have before.
Yeah, I remember we spent quite a bit of time figuring that out.
Yeah, so I tried to, my whole goal in putting chords together is to get a sequence of chords or several sequence of chords that have this certain kind of aesthetic. I was just talking to Anji about this. I have such a weird aesthetic. This weird, for me, not weird, but for you guys maybe, but it's just very particular sensibility of beautiful sadness. And, a lot of it involves like having jazzy or extensions on the chorus, not for the sake of being jazzy per se. You don't listen to our music and go, that sounds like bebop or something like that, but it's just to get those pretty notes that you don't hear like in rock and roll chords.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Add in a 9th or 11th or whatever, notes that rock people don't put on.
Yeah, usually. So he's like, we're working on getting like, okay, so we don't want this to do one thing all the way through like Lovespirals did or something. Like we want these different sections. And then it's like, okay, so which sections are going to be getting which lyrics,
Yeah.
So we have to figure out which of these things we're working on is going to be the chorus, which is going to be the verse. And then like we've been a little bit more into pre-choruses lately and bridges. Mm-hmm. So we ended up with that bridge, and then so I mentioned in the PR on Band, I think Bandcamp's really the only place that mentions it, but the lyrics in this song I was originally writing them like back in 2003. I had like a short-lived online collaboration I was doing with some guy going by the name of Realm that never happened. He disappeared off the face of the earth. I have no idea where he is now.
I'm still here.
I know. So, so I'd written this song, and it originally said, "Don't want to see our love, slowly unravel." But then I changed that to slowly slip away. I thought sounded more
alliterative.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
And then so when it came time for the bridge in this brand new iteration of the song, I told you guys sometimes I just find little different things that I have. Well, it used to be in a book, but now they're on my phone. So I found like a poem that I'd written, and I used that. And I was
the
like,
rap, like
yeah. We've been doing all these like trippy different kinds of spoken word or song, like kind of sung rap bridges. So that's what that was. And then I remember when I was laying down those vocals, I was like, is this cool, or is this are people gonna think it's whack? Like I put so much like soulfulness into it and like these kind of weird chord things. I think I was kind of in the back of my mind kind of thinking like Erykah Badu or something like that. Like I was kind of going for that.
We're
vibe.
both like in our minds. I don't know how familiar a lot of you guys are with like new soul or neo soul, or
especially when we're talking about like 2000s neo soul. But I was listening to that a lot back.
So
then.
I was taking cues from in the production, not the song, but the production. Like, what kind of snare should I have? That's so important. Stuff like that.
The drums were a little tricky this time.
Yeah, because that's not my forte. But I think I got it working. I'm pretty happy. I like it when the snare drum comes in after the rim shot in the pre-chorus.
We had to have a rim shot.
Yeah, and the horns, it just sounds so cool.
I love the horns are so great.
That's one thing. Yeah, we don't really talk about too often. Is like we love like kind of we love all genres that have that aesthetic I'm talking about, and we hear that in new soul. Now, I'm not in every new soul song, but we've heard a few, quite a few new soul songs that bring that beautiful sadness, and I wanted to have this be a song for us to do that kind of thing too, and it's a slightly different genre.
I know. God, I can't believe that D'Angelo died right after this came out.
I know.
Like we'd been like rebrushing up. Like like what how do other people handle drums like differently than how we're doing it? So it was like that was a sad timing, but anyways, so we were kind of doing a little bit of a 2000s
a throwback,
neo-soul.
Because that's even was its heyday too. But then like since we're such big fans of Korean music production, they borrow from neo soul and songs from now too, and it doesn't sound dated. So it's just kind of whatever it is, it has a lot of inspirations and stuff, but it's us.
Totally. Well, one of the things I thought was interesting about doing this song now is I felt like it really did kind of remind me of some of the stuff we were doing in the Free and Easy days. Not like the house songs, obviously, but like
a little more way more sophisticated.
So much more sophisticated than like Walk Away is like one thing going forever or whatever. Exactly. Love Survives one thing forever. Like it's like I think kind of what I would have wanted to have done in 2005,
cool,
but now we're finally in that position.
Still at our advanced age, we can look back and see we're growing as songwriters, growing as producers. That's cool. I mean, people say like it's hard to evolve musically as a creative when you're older, and
it is.
I'm not finding I feel more creative now than I have ever since like my 20s or something.
I feel like it's a lot easier for us to focus.
Yeah.
Now we have less distractions going on.
We try.
Yeah, we try.
And it's also easier too now that I don't have the limitations that I had in the 90s.
That's the
working
biggest
on
thing.
Like say 8 tracks, or really 7 tracks of tape, and primitive gear.
In the 90s, and then like in the 2000s, we were just barely learning how to do like
horrible microphones,
stuff.
Horrible outboard gear. So now we can make it sound sweet. I'll put our vocal recording chain up. I'll take the Pepsi challenge against anyone.
I think I've heard you say that before. It sounds really familiar. Well, what else did we want to say about this?
You made a music visualizer video that dropped on Wednesday too.
Yeah, so that got the word out to more people. And actually, a lot of people from your Happy Healthy Vegan live premiere came over and watched it with us, which was fun. We got a lot of comments from the Happy fam.
Oh, speaking of comments, I remember on Nothing Even Matters Anymore, Tom Lady commented something to the effect like, I don't think he was necessarily complaining, but just like made a comment like, wow, songs of yours have been pretty kind of melancholic lately.
So we've been going down a dark path. And we kind of promised that
on the last podcast we said it's hard. It's really, we set the bar pretty low because I mean, considering the last few songs are some of the most depressing ones we've made. We could have made anything, it probably would have been a little brighter, but we promised. And I think Without You is definitely a nice lift back up.
Yeah. I mean, even though Brandon pointed out that there's, even though it is a love song, there is still like that little bit of melancholy.
It's because of how I write. I can't make a happy song. It's weird. Like people think of like Robert Smith, The Cure, gloom and doom. He makes those gloom and doom songs, but he make a really freaking happy song too, which I can't, so I must be more depressed than Robert Smith.
Probably the closest we got was actually on Free and Easy, when we did like Deep in My Soul would probably be one of our happiest songs.
But what, didn't Tom Lady come back and
Tom Lady did. Come
back and comment on Without You, right?
Yes, thank you, Tom.
Yes, thanks, Tom.
I know, I've heard from Tom twice this week actually. He said very romantic. And as promised, reminiscent of the older albums I grew up with. A very nice song.
Sweet. So he's an old-time listener. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, like I mentioned at the top of the show, it's the 20th anniversary of Free and Easy.
No, you didn't mention that anniversary either.
I didn't. Okay, It's the 20th anniversary of Free and Easy. It's like, is it when we got the CDs and started selling them on our website? Or is it, once it got into the stores? The official street date was November 1st.
It was probably when we got them and started selling them.
We were already selling them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Remember Andrew Banville?
Yeah.
He already, had his going off to England.
Yeah, he always was buying it first.
He was always first. So yesterday I made like this big like post about it. I did all this research and wrote like basically a historical blog post about Love Survives, and I made a little short, which you can see here on YouTube. And so he commented on that one. Tom commented on that one. He said, you know what? Lovespirals was actually my very first song I ever heard from you. Can't believe it's been so long.
Wow.
Yeah. So if anyone, could recognize the similarities between our brand new song and what we're doing 20 years ago,
well, thanks,
it might be
Tom
Lady.
For joining us on this long, strange trip that we've been on, and we have no intentions on stopping it anytime soon.
Totally.
I tell we got more songs ready to go. We're ready to start recording vocals on another one I've been like working on really hard.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a little more of a throwback to the past. I'll just leave it at that, and it's gonna continue not being on the super gloomy trajectory of the previous few.
But it's still melancholy.
Oh, it is. Sure. It says to me, I can't write a happy song. There's something wrong with my brain.
Well, I'm right there with you. Which reminds me, we rewatched Only Lovers Left Alive.
Oh, one of our favorite movies. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a great movie to watch during the holidays.
Yeah,
it's featured
the holidays.
The holidays. To me, Halloween's the holidays. It's based on it's Jim Jarmusch, a very art house director. Had a lot of fame in the '90s. Anyway, Tom Hiddleston's his main actor. Tilda Swinton is the
great.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's by far the best vampire related movie. No, it's not a cheesy vampire movie whatsoever. It's basically a story about me is when I watch it.
I went and saw it at the theater alone, and I came back. I was like, babe, you have to see this movie. Like, it's totally you.
Yeah, when I saw it about 10 years ago, my jaw dropped. Wow, it's really cool. And now we'll watch it like most autumnal years, like times of the year. And we just saw it, I think last weekend. And I think so too. I was just jaw dropped. I got, God, I'm more like him now than ever.
Now I'm like him
now
too.
You used to be more like his wife.
I was more like Eve, and you were Adam.
But now we're both Adam, which is not a good thing, maybe. But
maybe not. Tom's gonna keep us honest here.
But watch this movie, guys. Seriously, even if you have to pay $2.99 to stream it, it's well worth it.
Yeah,
it's
I think
such
we bought
a good
it a couple
movie.
years ago digitally.
It's definitely in my list of top 10, maybe even top 5 movies of all time.
So good. Tom Hiddleston crushed it as the goth vampire.
That's when we first heard of him. Before he ever did a Marvel movie, before he was Tom Hiddleston, like now we saw him as an relatively unknown actor, and we were in love. Like, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, he's so awesome.
And speaking of like anniversaries for us, we still have yet another musical anniversary this month for us, right?
Yeah, I think it was just this week too. It was like back-to-back anniversaries.
Our 2007 album, Long Way From Home. came out. Yeah.
And was that, so it's 18 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 18 years.
18 years.
Wow.
This month we dropped that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might reissue that. We'll see. I started that project a while ago. It's on the back burner. It's not like have to get it out anytime soon. But yeah,
I don't know if we should wait 2 years to get
maybe
on the
so.
20th.
Maybe so. We'll see. That might not be a bad idea. But yeah, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. I'm really proud of that album. I think it's the album where you and I finally, I think, set the musical direction. Like we locked in. The first albums are kind of like scattered a bit. I think we locked in a cohesive sound finally on Long Way From Home, and it kind of set our momentum to where we're started to where we're at now. And
there's many arguments to be made for sure.
And I don't know, one of my favorite songs we've ever done, Lazy Love Days, is on that album.
That's the one that I promoted. Yeah. So I made a short for both of the anniversaries that you guys can watch here on YouTube or over on Instagram or whatever. So I did like some photos from the photo shoots, and I chose Lazy Love Days.
Awesome.
I mean, after all these years, that's still the one. Like I hear you playing it in here
a lot of times at
night.
I always play Lazy Love Days.
Yeah.
And speaking of like Free and Easy's anniversary, one of my favorite musical moments is on the closing song, Sandcastles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have that.
Which is your favorite part?
First I have that jazzy guitar solo, which is really weird. I'm playing all this weird, fast, jazzy stuff. But then after that, it breaks down to this like Dorian, moody funk jam. It gets super soulful. Speaking of soul music, it shows you this is not the first time we did it on Without You.
Not even remotely.
I just love that soul jam, and I just get these like kind of just really moody, kind of B.B. King kind of a blues solo at the end. I think it's a really magical moment. Yeah, recording it all layered. We got hand claps going on. It's really cool. I'm really proud of that.
Well, I mean, we did a full special podcast back when that album came out, which would definitely be worth listening to.
Yeah, I think we should one day.
Yeah, we talked about the making of that song. But the crazy thing about Sandcastles is that's another song that we started it like even before Windblown Kiss. We even played it on the Windblown Kiss tour, but we didn't put it on the album. I think we thought it kind of stuck out. But then that recording, when you listen to that compared to the recording that came out, 2 years later on Free and Easy, it's like a dud compared.
So we got better. We
got a lot better.
We try to get better.
Yeah. Same thing with Love Survives. Because Love Survives from Free and Easy, we wrote that one before Windblown Kiss. And just that recording is just not very good compared to the Free and Easy one. I didn't even put it on as an extra. I did put the original Sandcastles as an extra though on Bandcamp. If you buy the Free and Easy, you get that.
Well, I think in all fairness, the earlier recordings of both those songs, and Windblown Kisses falls in this category too. It was my first time really recording a bunch of songs not on tape. First time recording digitally. So it was a little bit of a learning curve and transition and changing some gear around. It takes a while to figure out. If you're, old school analog recordist like I was, switching to digital, it's cool. It opens up all these possibilities, but it changes some of your practices and workflows and just kind of the tones you get too.
Well, you did start that with Flux though, right?
It was mainly tape with a couple, with a synchronized, little kind of mini disc kind of recorder digital for mainly for vocals.
Yeah, I guess you didn't have a fully computerized setup.
No, it was a hybrid setup, but there were more non like digital tracks than digital tracks by far. And so
what did we use first? Like what's
we screwed around first in like Cubase, VST.
That's when we were making like Ecstatic and the original Hand in Hand.
And somehow, not to go on a long, so I'll make it short, but I had my digital audio card was this interface that Digidesign, the makers of Pro Tools made, so I could use other brands' interfaces, but somehow they changed their policy and felt bad, so they let me like upgrade to their Pro Tools system for quite a deal.
That's how you got Pro Tools?
I abandoned Cubase and went into Pro Tools. Yeah. And used that for the first.
You and I were learning Pro Tools.
Used that for Windblown Kiss, Free and Easy, and Long Way From Home. Then for Future Pass, we switched to Logic Pro, and I think that took a bigger like better production because of switching to Logic, and then just been using Logic ever since.
Yeah. That's so I've been here for all your learning curves.
Yeah,
basically.
You've seen it all.
It's been nuts.
When you saw me when I moved across the street from my old place, I was fully digital then.
Okay, so that's when so you started Cubase post-flux.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And so Beatitude, Ecstatic, Hand in Hand, Spanning Time. That would have been the first Love Survives was on that system.
Yeah.
And then your computer died, and we lost all your.
Yeah, that was stupid. I was trying to upgrade the OS too soon.
Is that how it happened?
I think so. So just now I'm super cautious now.
Yeah.
Now I'm inclined to never. There's people that never upgrade their OSs on their production machines.
Yeah.
What I do is I wait a year until it comes out. So when say they put out the OS in October, I wait till the following October to upgrade. So everything's worked out. Any incompatibilities, driver issues, stuff like that, bugs. So that's my way of doing it. Because I do like the new features. I'm kind of glad I upgraded to the new Logic Pro. There's a new reverb in there. That's pretty cool. Not to say I needed another reverb. I have some high-end reverbs, but it was cool to get a nice one in the box, so I don't have to go to my outboard reverbs.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes we want a little something different.
Yeah, and it actually sounds good on acoustic guitar. Usually you don't put reverb on acoustic guitar, but this one has a nice natural room sound. The Quantec Room Simulator sounds cool.
Speaking of acoustic guitar, you were doing all this deep dive into how to set up our mics to their best usage
on the next song that's coming out, acoustic guitar is super important, meaning it runs pretty much through the entire song, as opposed to on our more recent songs, it's usually on like maybe a third of the song or only comes in during the guitar solo. So this time I needed to have a nice big full sound. I needed to change some of my microphone techniques to get it working right. So I'm glad we waited, so I got to experiment and get that right. That's what I was doing this week, just going nuts on the acoustic guitar miking.
Yeah, sounding cool. Yeah. I'm planning to do something a little bit different myself, so we'll see how that all goes. Wish us luck.
So hopefully I'll have some time to work on it starting this week. It's pretty much all ready to go. I just set up your microphone system a little different too, so we can it's more on a boom stand now, so we can get it closer to you on the couch back there.
Yeah.
So we got some new systems in place.
Very, very cool. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it right above my head. It looks like it's coming out of my head.
Kind of, yeah.
Anyways, so I mean, knock on wood, we should be able to get it out for the end of November.
Yeah, hope so.
Yeah, it's cruising along. We were already working on it a month ago.
It'll definitely be out before the end of the year.
Yeah. After that, who knows what we're doing? But that's what we got going on now.
Yeah.
We'll definitely take you out today with a little bit of that visualizer video. And that's probably it for now. Well, check it out. Check everything out over on Bandcamp, lovespirals@bandcamp.com. Like I said, obviously the new single is there, but you can also check out the Free and Easy with like 3 extra tracks, including the 2 versions of Sandcastles that we talked about today. Only the new version of Love Survives. We actually have CDs left, believe it or not.
Yeah, buy a CD.
Not a Free and Easy, that one's long gone, but the other one, Long Way From Home, we've got some CDs left.
Yeah.
Sent a couple of those out this week as well. Alrighty.
All right, guys. So, take them out.
I feel like we thought of something we were going to say at the end, and now I forgot what it was.
That's okay.